Do you find yourself constantly thinking about the breakup? Do you find yourself constantly thinking about the past relationship, the mistakes that you've made? And do you feel guilty and overwhelmed, unsure of what to do next? My name is Coach Adrian, and if you feel some of these things, this video will help bring you clarity and also an understanding as to what steps you can take next. This is Love Advice TV. I was working with a lady in Canada that was going through a separation with a man who was her husband. And she was in this gray zone where he had stopped engaging. He had moved back to his country in the islands. And she was unsure of what to do next. And like many of the individuals, of the friends that reach out to me, she was absolutely consumed by her feelings and her emotions, replaying the breakup itself, and also the dynamics that took place during the relationship. And during that coaching session, we spent quite a bit of time exploring the concept of moving forward after a breakup. And in this time that we have together, I really hope to advance your understanding around what that means and how you could start to take small steps that enable you to feel empowered and that relieve you of some of the burden that you may be experiencing. So after a breakup, most times we are in a state of confusion, in a state of heightened emotion, in a state of fear. And the last thing that we want to hear is move on. And that is a cliche response that many, many individuals, unfortunately, have to wrestle with. Friends, family, people that they may not even know, or just telling them to move on. But that is not helpful. It is not helping you deal with the anxieties, deals with the strong feelings and emotions that you're experiencing. And even if you were willing to try to let go of some of these feelings, what do you do? How do you actually go about it? Especially when you're still very attached to this individual that you care about deeply. And so understanding the reality of what you're going through, understanding why you are very emotional and why you are constantly replaying the past is essential in understanding how you can start to take small steps to overcome those heavy feelings and emotions that you have to wrestle with. And so you are in denial. You're in denial of the fact that the relationship is over. And one manifestation of that denial is by clinging on to thoughts of when you guys were together, when you guys were in a couple, and of the breakup itself. The issue is the more you do that, the less likely you are to be able to offer something new. The more likely you are to put your ex on a pedestal. And the more likely you are to make things about you, which will annoy your ex or push them away. That's why it is so essential for you to actively try to not make it about your ex, what they're doing, the breakup itself, and instead to focus on things that are within your control. Small steps that you can take that will enable you to slowly not feel overwhelmed, not live in the past, not continuously replay the breakup, and not feel guilty. So the key is to challenge yourself to live in the present moment and to set small, measurable goals. And to be actively engaged in a process where you are striving with all your might to accomplish those goals. Again, that are centered around things that you can control, that have nothing to do with your ex and their validation and the process of winning them back. The more you do that, the more you are going to feel that you're not overwhelmed, that you're not in a position where you regret things that you've done and you feel guilty, because you're going to be learning new behaviors, new skills, new patterns that will, in essence, bring you confidence and joy and help you to slowly detach from the fears, the anxieties that are consuming you right now. The goal is not to not have feelings for your ex anymore and to move on. The goal is to overcome the negative emotions that are crippling you so that you can be your best self, so that you can be confident, so that you can be independent, so that you can in turn showcase to this person that you are not the person that you became towards the end of the relationship. And by doing that, in essence, you're challenging the assumptions that they are making, the image that they have of you, but you're also laying the foundations for a new relationship with this person. And you are creating the right conditions for your ex to want to be with you, for them to feel like they are choosing you, that they are choosing a new relationship with you, and that it's not something that you or someone else is trying to convince them to do. So we change their mind and how they feel about a potential future with you by going through a process of change, of transformation. And we do that by moving forward, by taking steps, small, measurable steps every single day, day after day after day, taking it one day at a time, and each day trying to reflect on how we are doing and what else we can do to continue to reach the state of emotional independence. This is what coaching is all about, making sure that you have clarity in that regards and having a plan to take the right steps. And that's why we are here. And that's why we offer coaching sessions. That's why we do these videos to help clarify your understanding of where you're at in your process of breakup recovery, as well as why we offer private videos or web events, live events to help you to continue to feel more empowered. You can check the link below all of my videos if you want to go further into this process, into our philosophy, to make sure that you raise your emotional IQ and so that you don't get triggered by your ex or crippled by those fears and those anxieties that more often really overwhelm folks after a breakup, and that become even more crippling when you hear people close to you telling you that you should just move on and forget about someone that you clearly are still attached to and that you still love. It is not that simple. So I understand. I can relate. I want you to know that it is possible to move forward and to rebuild a new relationship with this person if indeed they are the right person for you. And that I have the joy of seeing individuals from all walks of life every week take significant steps towards reaching their goals, and many of them actually reaching their goal of being in a new and improved relationship with this person that they love. This is what this process is all about, and this is why we do what we do. And I'm grateful to have a team of coaches and friends that are really passionate about helping good people like you reach their goals. So as always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to us on our podcast. If you have questions about this topic, please put them in the comment section below. If there are other topics that you feel like we need to explore together, your suggestions are always welcomed as well. If you have this fear of moving forward, tell us, how does it manifest itself? Why? What is it that you're afraid of? And our team and members of the community can be there to support you, because this is what we do. As always, thank you for fighting the good fight, and see you soon on our podcast, on YouTube, or perhaps during one of our live events. Take good care.